NASA satellites were on hand as Hurricane Dorian was upgraded to a Category 3 hurricane on the Saffir-Simpson hurricane wind scale today. NASA SUMI satellite infrared imagery showed a somewhat circular storm, though a bit lopsided. However, in this observation, strong thunderstorms were near the eye and radiate outward in expanding spirals, giving forecasters and scientists a good indicator of the strength of the storm. This top-down view of Dorian allowed the microwave sounder to observe the inner structure of the storm. Cameras outside the International Space Station captured these views of rapidly intensifying Hurricane Dorian as it churned over the Atlantic Ocean. The National Hurricane Center reports that extremely dangerous Hurricane Dorian poses a significant threat to Florida and the northwestern Bahamas at this time. The Hurricane Hunter plane finds Dorian is now a major hurricane. Only Noaa data is available for tonight's reconnaissance mission, but nonetheless show rapid deepening compared to where Dorian was a few hours ago. The wind field continued to expand throughout the day, and the Category 4 winds were found in the north and eastern quadrants. This clip was taken from a Hurricane Dorian reconnaissance mission today aboard the P-3 Kermit with the Noaa Hurricane Hunters that just made their third pass through the eye of Hurricane Dorian. At 2 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time, 0600 UTC, Hurricane Dorian is currently at latitude 25.6 degrees north and longitude 72.0 degrees west. Dorian is moving towards the west-northwest near 10 miles per hour. The ridge to the north of Dorian is expected to build during the next 24 hours, and this should cause Dorian's heading to bend westward towards the northwestern Bahamas. After 48 hours, the global models show an erosion of the western portion of the ridge, which is expected to cause the steering currents to collapse and the hurricane to slow down considerably by day 3. In this chart, you see the ridge is much weaker with ECMWF through 78 hours. Later in the period, the models have again trended to a more significant weakness in the ridge, which allows Dorian to turn northwestward and then northward near the east coast of Florida. A slower west-northwestward to westward motion should begin later today and continue into early next week. On the National Hurricane Center track, the core of Dorian should move over the Atlantic well north of the southeastern and central Bahamas today, be near or over the northwestern Bahamas on Sunday, although the official National Hurricane Center forecast track has been nudged northeastward to near the east coast of Florida. The risk of significant impacts over much of Florida Peninsula remains high. Additional adjustments to the forecast track may be necessary later today if current model trends continue. Check out the preliminary hurricane force winds expected chart. The worst-case scenario is southeast Florida, winds up to 70 miles per hour, and incrementally eases up across the state, reaching the Panhandle at 5 miles per hour. Dorian is still a small but powerful hurricane with hurricane force winds that extend outward to 30 miles from the center and tropical storm force winds extending outward to 105 miles. Although fluctuations in intensity are possible early next week, Dorian is expected to remain a powerful hurricane during the next 3 days. The new intensity forecast calls for a little more strengthening today, then it shows a slow weakening that follows the trend of the intensity guidance. During this time, the biggest intensity changes may come from the hard-to-forecast eyewall replacement cycles. Late in the forecast period, increased vertical shear and proximity to land is expected to cause some weakening. Since Dorian will be transversing sea surface temperatures of around 29 degrees Celsius and remain in a low shear environment, the current intensification phase may not be over. HVN meteorologists will continue to track Hurricane Dorian, as well as cyclones, typhoons, and hurricanes worldwide. So please click on the subscribe button in the right-hand corner of the screen and bell for notification of new video updates.